Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's Grace Note. This Grace Note is for you if you are struggling to get your business going, if you're lacking in any momentum right now, if you're feeling like you're procrastinating and that you're not clear, and if you're really frustrated and know that you've got something great to offer, but you can't quite put it into words, and you certainly at this point don't have anyone signing up with you as a client. So what I wanted to share with you in today's Grace Note, let me share a brief story with you first. And essentially, if I go back a few years before I started my business, I remember that I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what it was I could really help people with and how to package that and create that and sell it in the world. And I remember, I used to go to the beach every day. I used to pray on the beach and ask for guidance and ask for help. And I was really doing a lot of going within. And that was very helpful. That was very important. But at some point, the sort of internal guidance that I received was get help. And I knew that, I had to follow that. I knew that I was lost in my intellect and very frankly, I was lost in my insecure thinking about how I could help others and what it was. And I really didn't have clear direction. I was swinging between two offers. One was around helping people with their purpose and discovering their career path. And the other one was around well-being and helping people with their confidence and their peace of mind. So sitting on that beach that day, when I got that guidance, I was very much in a place of frustration and fear. My circumstances weren't particularly good. I'd left my job, I'd moved to Italy, and I was very financially dependent on my partner. And this was creating all sorts of friction in the relationship for me because I was supposed to be an independent, confident woman. And on top of that, I was also in a country where I didn't speak the language. And a lot of my identity was kind of falling away. But I kind of had this sense of just a deep desire to serve and help people. And I really believe that that's the fuel. Despite the fact that, yes, I needed to make my own money at that time, in my mind, that was a driving force. What was really strong in me was this desire to serve. I was so frustrated, not being able to be out there and share and connect and communicate. And so it occurred to me that, I needed to get help. So off I went to work with a coach, and lo and behold, she basically confirmed what my wisdom was bringing me, which was, that you can go in this direction and that you could package it up in a certain way. And I'll never forget the sense of relief, even just to get the confirmation and to sit there and be supported in putting together my first package. And as I did that, a whole new world began to open up, and I began to share a more focused direction of travel around supporting people in, leaving their day jobs and actually creating something of their own that they could sell in the world. And I went off and did that for myself. I went off and I sold my first packages and shared my message, and over time, that really created a lot of momentum for me. I was very blessed that in 6 months I crossed the six-figure line, and I was also very blessed to be endorsed by Forbes and Soul and Spirit magazine and have lovely credibility coming in. But when I look back, I see now that I could have probably saved myself a lot of frustration, a lot of time, a lot of energy, and I probably could have had a much nicer relationship with Italy and my boyfriend had I just had help from the start. And it's not that the guidance wasn't coming to me, it was just that I was lost in insecurity at that point around how much it cost and what it, did I really need it and who was going to help me. So, there was an innocence to that. And that's what happens to us when we get lost in our insecure thought. We kind of fall into a lot of fear, and inevitably when we're afraid, we stop or we stay stuck. And it's just something to be aware of in you. It's something to be aware of now that, if you are feeling frustrated and you are feeling stuck and you are feeling like maybe you have a direction of travel, maybe you do have an area, a focus point, a message, a package, a service that you're thinking about, it might just need a little bit of help for you to step into. It might just require a simple confirmation and actual putting together of what you've got to then move you out into the world of selling that. Certainly for me, what I notice with my clients is that something shifts when they step into being supported. And I think the shift that really occurs is that they move from being isolated on their own to actually just having a sort of sense of partnership and help with someone. And it's almost a relief. And as you've heard me talk about before, when we feel relieved, hopefulness opens up. And with hope, we can do anything. With hope, we move forward. So I'm a great believer in really having that foundation to your business, having that piece in place as you get yourself out there, as you put yourself out there, that piece being a clear message and a strong service or package that you can sell. It's certainly transformed my business life. It certainly moved me way quicker than any sort of further intellectualizing of what I should be learning. And it's something that I just see in my clients over and over again, is that, the clarity comes through, and the service, the package, the whole thing we put together sort of just gets into concrete form, and you have something you can go off and produce and sell. If this interests you, if this is an area that you're you just know that, you need help with creating that package and selling it, you need help with that, that message and actually what you saying what you do and putting it out into the world, please do get in touch. Please get in touch on grace@citygirlconfidence.com. Right now we have an early bird offer on this type of support, and you can learn more about that below. But essentially, allow yourself the opportunity to get out of the frustration. It doesn't have to be with me, but what I'm saying is don't keep yourself sitting there stuck and frustrated and in a whirlwind thought storm about these areas. The likelihood is the wisdom in you is already telling you your direction. And now you have the opportunity to start acting on it, to start moving on it, and to bring it into concrete form and put it out into the world. So if this resonates, if this speaks to you, leave a comment. Let me know, what are you hearing? And again, feel free to get in touch if you'd like help in this area, and we'll set up a time to talk. In the meantime, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll speak to you soon. Ciao.